Hi, so it's Sunday night. It feels pretty late, but I think it is late. It's 10 to 11 on Sunday, so the clock's changed. So yesterday it would have been 10 to 10, and it's now 10 to 11. So it is late on Sunday night, but I thought as I've been doing updates every 2 days, it seems, I thought I should actually do one tonight. And I just wanted to check in and just see how everyone is and how you've survived the weekend. I must say I'm feeling much better, and it's getting I want to say smoother would be the wrong word. Settling into where it is, getting better at doing things I need to be doing, and actually really enjoying the contact that I'm having with people. So we had a coffee morning group this afternoon actually, which was great. A group of ladies who we normally get together with for coffee morning, who have never done video conferencing. I think they might do FaceTime with families, but that's it. Had them on Zoom. We were just 6 of us that joined, but it was great. It was really nice to see the smiles on their faces and to connect with them, and just to see how they really enjoyed the new experience. And then this evening I connected with a very good friend of mine, Barbara, who's just an absolute dream. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. She really does kick my butt when I need kicking, which is what I needed. I've got a few things that I need to do this week, and she was holding me to account. We all need someone to hold us to account. So one of the things I've got set up for Tuesdays and Thursdays is connecting with people who are, and we're all working from home, but people who've got things to do, whether it's work stuff or other stuff, and we just check in the morning and check in every few hours and see how we're doing. So we're providing support for each other and just making sure that we get our jobs done. And I'm really looking forward to starting that this week. I've got a pretty clear week ahead, apart from putting all this stuff out that I have available and I've been working on, so that people who have been wanting to work with me can actually now do that and know how to engage and how to contact and what's available, which I'm really looking forward to doing. And I think the one of the best things, in fact two really good things happened this weekend. One is I braved the shops yesterday. I was pretty nervous about that. I must say I was not looking forward to it. Last time I'd been out was Sunday last week, and it was grim. It was absolutely grim. So yesterday I went out and I did shopping for myself, which I thought I could actually manage without, but because I was going out for the elderlies I look after, my parents and another elderly lady, I used the opportunity to do some shopping for me, as you would, and it was an absolute pleasure in Aldi. And I know I've mentioned Aldi before in posts and things, and I just couldn't say enough about the experience. It was really great. We were queuing outside the store, and the queue wasn't massively long, but that was just fortunate from who was there. Everybody was keeping their distance. When you got to the front door, there was a lass who was asking if you wanted a big trolley or a small trolley, and then she would give you the trolley and clean it in front of you, clean the handle and everything in front of you. And as one person came out the store, they'd let the next person in, so they were limiting how many people are in the store. And all the way through the store, every 2 meters was a marker on the ground, and everybody kept that space as we walked through the store doing our shopping. It was very civilized and felt very clean and very organized, and everybody was very friendly. There was plenty of food on the shelves for everything. I mean, the only thing I saw, and I could still get, was eggs. I couldn't get the normal box of eggs I get. Gee whiz, I couldn't get the normal ones I get, but I had no problem getting eggs. The surprising thing was how many of the vegetables were marked down to half price. Aldi's prices are not expensive at the best of times, and there was a huge amount of fresh food, fresh veg and things that had been marked down, which is great because they'll be moving it out the store. But it's interesting to see how people have been buying tinned food and not the fresh veg, and we really do need that. I know I've eaten quite a lot of potatoes of late, and the root veg. We're at the end of winter, so there's a lot of root veg around. I love potatoes, and I love parsnips, and I love carrots, and I love beetroot, and so I'm pretty happy with that. And swede and things are great as well. So I'm pretty comfortable with all of those things. But also we're now getting the greens coming in. We're getting a lot more salady stuff starting to appear on the shelves, which is great. So I had a field day getting all my vegetables, and I did all the shopping for my elderlies, and there were people, Aldi staff throughout the store, making sure that everyone was keeping their distance, and they were obviously, you know, restocking shelves and doing all those things, but really engaging and friendly and super, just really pleasant. Going through the tills, again, what a pleasant experience. I always like the staff there, but it was really helpful, and people were just great. It was just really nice. But I went from there, and I am going to name and shame. I went from our local Aldi in Harrogate to my local co-op, which is a recently refurbished store on Jenny Fields Drive. What a grim experience. The contrast from Aldi to the co-op was stark. I say it's a recently refurbished store, so it's should be pretty nice inside, but from the minute you stepped indoors, I felt dirty. I felt the place was not, just grim. The baskets and things, there were no wipes to clean them, no indication of anything being kept clean, no restriction on people going in. The shelves were empty, absolutely empty, and just looking like a bomb had hit the place. It really looked like they had hundreds of people through there today or yesterday, and it was a grim experience. Nobody was keeping their distance. It was awful. I'd gone in there to get newspapers because Aldi doesn't sell papers. Picked up a few other things, but it was horrible. It was pretty awful, and I mean, I'll say this, I'm not a big fan of the co-op. I used to be a fairly big fan, and I've done a lot of work for the co-op in the past, and you know, I've enjoyed having discounts at co-op when I've worked with them and done things, but their pricing is not great. I know they've struggled as a company, but it was awful, and if I don't have to go there again through this experience, I won't. It is our local store, but there it is. Anyway, so that was yesterday, but generally the shopping was great, and I got everything on the list. I got everything on the list for everybody, for all of us. So my parents got everything they wanted, my elderly lady got everything she needed, and I got my stuff, so I was super happy with that. And I came home and took my clothes off and washed them and did all those things because I'm being ultra cautious on these things. And then today I had another fabulous experience. Back in January, I was approached by a friend of mine, Monica, to be a guest speaker on one of her programs, and that was today. That we've been talking about this since January. It's all been in the diary, and it happened today. And Monica runs this amazing program for, I want to say entrepreneurs, but for people in Mongolia. So she's got a very niche market, and she's doing a fantastic job of reaching out to people that are wanting to do things differently. And I had the honour of being a speaker here, and it was just amazing. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. Great people, really great people on the call. Obviously everything I was saying was being translated, but the questions coming back were fantastic. They were fully engaged. There were just short of 100 people on the call, which was fantastic. And the questions and the engagement and the responses were fantastic. And then at the end, people had been typing in the chat, and they typed in English thanking me, which was also, it was really special because, you know, English is not their first language. And it was fantastic. We had 2.5 hours with them. Brilliant, really, really brilliant. Really excited for what they're doing, and you know, the program that they run, and just spending the time doing something so positive and getting such, from my point of view, getting such amazing engagement and people appreciating what I have to share, which is one of the things, and I know you'll all laugh at me, but it's one of the things that I've been struggling with. Is I've got all these things in my head that I want to share, and all these things that I've been planning to share, but it's all planning. And this was part of what Barbara was kicking my butt about today, was just get on and finish some of this stuff and get it out there. So I have produced endless content. I've got loads of stuff available, and I've got a relatively clear couple of days this week, and so I'm actually going to block them out to just do admin. I'm going to be doing all my admin, getting stuff on the website, tidying up, making things accessible and available, and where they are. That's this week. I've got, towards the back end of the week, I've got a number of client meetings and things, which is great. And then I think next week I'm going to block a couple of days out for holiday, maybe even on the weekend, because I don't normally take too much time out to do things for me. And I'm going to take some time out. I'm certainly feeling a lot better than I had. It's very different. I'm loving being able to engage and help others. And now I need to help me. I need to help my business, and I need to help me. And that's what my next objective is. Help my business, which is finishing and sharing the stuff that I've been producing and the things that will make a difference to so many people. And then helping me by taking some time out and doing stuff I want to do. So that's where I am on, this is now end of day 6. Our clocks changed last night, so we're officially in British summertime. It is definitely spring. Today was bitter. Took the dog out for a walk. Shame. We only went out just about 5 o'clock because I've been on calls all day. I've literally been on calls all day. And when we went out, wow, it was freezing. There's been snow on and off. It hadn't settled, but there's been snow on and off all day. It was dry when I went out, which was great. And then just after we came back in, the hail came down. So we timed that pretty well, I think. But looking forward to springtime, really getting warmer days again. Last week was glorious, absolutely glorious, and I know we're going to have some more days like that. So yeah, the winter days are okay as well. So this is the end of the weekend, and wishing everybody a fabulous week. We've got this. We're in the second week of lockdown here in the UK. We are in the third week now for people working from home. So it's all change, it's all different, but we are starting to settle in. People are engaging with each other in their families, and I was going to finish it. Here we go again. My eldest daughter got married a year ago today, so that was a very special day for us last year, and she sent a picture tonight which was really cute. Her 2 animals and her husband were lying on the floor, and they were playing pick-up sticks, and wow, I don't know when I last played pick-up sticks. They are my pick-up sticks. She's got my full compendium of games, but that's also good. I'm glad they're being used because I'm on my own, so it would be a bit difficult to play pick-up sticks by myself, I guess. Maybe I could, but it's nice to see them doing things. And it's good to see a number of the houses I walk past. I see jigsaw puzzles out. I saw another family on bicycles again today when I was out. My initial reaction, it was very interesting, my initial reaction. This group of what appeared to be young adults came down the road, and there was a lot of noise, and I kind of went, oh, here's a group of kids that are out on their bikes. They've obviously met up. And then when they came around the corner and came past me, I realised that actually it was a family. And they were laughing like children, and it was so lovely to see. The kids were probably, I don't know, I'm not good at these things, probably between 15 and 17. So they were big teenagers, and the parents, and they all had, I don't even know, they all had coats and things on. I don't know if they had helmets on. They probably did have helmets on, but they were just laughing and joking and riding all over the roads, because obviously there's very few cars, and they were doing things I used to do as a kid. I used to do it with my mates as a kid, not with my parents, but it was so lovely to see. So there are I mean, there's lots of heartache and there's lots of stress on the medical staff and the carers and everyone else doing an amazing job. But there are some really good things coming through this, and it is starting to feel a bit like I've definitely taken on the mantra of this is my retreat. I'm retreating into doing what I need to do and what I want to do, and how I can do things differently for me, how I can engage with myself differently. And I do a lot of work with myself, so it's quite interesting to go even deeper, and how I can engage with others and see others grow through the journey. It's just beautiful. I had a client on Friday. I probably talked about my client on Friday because I last did one of these on Friday, so yeah, I won't go into that. But all the clients I've been working with have been amazing. It's so lovely to see how they are coping, and even, I mean, we're all having ups and downs. So even when there are downs, you know, we can just talk through some stuff and we reframe. It's all about reframing. Instead of looking at something that's not great, you know, and I used this example on the call today. If it's raining outside, we have two ways of looking at it. You know, oh, it's raining and can't go outside and can't do things. Or we can say, yay, it's raining. It's watering the plants. Everything's going to be fresh and bright afterwards. It's going to be beautiful, and it's fine. And the same happens with the sunshine. You know, the sun's out. You can look at it and go, way, it's fantastic. The sun's out. It's glorious. Let's get out in the sunshine. Or you can look at it and go, oh man, the garden's going to need watering, and it's so hot, and I can't go out there, and all these things. It's all reframing. It's just what version of the world do you want? We are all stay at home. Most of us around the world now are pretty much in stay at home, and it's a reframe. It's not. You can choose how you look at it. It's either a restriction that you can't go out and do things, or it's a wow, I get to work from home, or I get to have some time off from work and still have a job, or I get to be doing really important work and go out and adding some value to my community and to the people I work with and serve. And for some people, I potentially lose my business, lose my job, but actually, what do I want to do? Do I want to continue doing that, and how can I make it work? How can I pivot the business? Or do I want to do something different? And I've got time now to think about it. So there are so many options and so many different ways of looking at things, and I, for one, finding some positives in where we are, and enjoying helping others see the positives. So yeah, if you are struggling, please reach out. I've got a number of ways of doing that, and this will be available on, you'll be able to see a lot easier on the website where to find these things. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm offering what we used to be Get It Done days. We used to offer them every second Tuesday here in Harrogate, where we would get together as a group and just work with company, you know, other people around us, doing our own thing, but just have other people around. I'm doing these now on every Tuesday and every Thursday. They're obviously online. We'll touch base in the morning, just see how we're doing, what we've got to do, what's important, why it's not important, etc. Get on and do it, and then check in a few times during the day, see how we're doing. Just have that check-in and touch base. And everyone who's on that will have a messaging facility, so we can message between each other if we just want to, just check in. So that's happening every Tuesday and Thursday. I've obviously got my normal private coaching classes and things available, lessons and healing sessions, which are proving very valuable at the moment. And then the thing that I'm going to be starting, which is new, are the group coaching sessions. So what are we struggling with? Let's just get together and have a chat. I've been doing group coaching sessions for a while, but in a slightly different format, and so I'm going to be releasing some of that over the next couple of days. That's one of the things I'm going to finally be putting together. And then the last thing will be the Flow Academy, and I keep talking about it, and I'm now talking about it seriously. It is going to be coming out. So I'm super excited. I've got loads of inspiration and direction and greater clarity on what I am now ready to do. I was not ready to do it before. I needed to find where I was in this, and take some time for me, and I'm sure I will still need time for me. It's not all going to be plain sailing all the way, but I'm certainly feeling a lot stronger, and I'm starting to see lots of positives for the environment, for the community, for the families. There will be lots of heartache. There will be lots of pain. I don't doubt that. I think it's going to get a lot worse in many ways, but also there are lots of really good things. You know, play pick up sticks, play Monopoly, play board games, interact with each other. You know, do things that are fun. Do things you want to do. So here's to a great week ahead, and I will check in again on Tuesday. I'm going to do this every second day, just not too often, and I'll try and get them shorter because I'm not so good at that either. But there you go. This is my time, and it's a little bit of a diary for me, a bit of a record keeping, but also hopefully it's inspiring you and giving you some insights and some motivation and some positivity. And if you need anything, please reach out. Really, just give me a call, reach out. You can contact me on the website. It's on all my social media. You can contact me. It doesn't cost anything to have a chat. Book time in my diary, and let's do what we can. So good luck and have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I really look forward to connecting. Cheers now. Bye.